Okay, I'll be honest, the reason that this episode was delayed was because I really did not want to do this one. It's not because this episode is particularly bad. It's not because I'm getting burnt out on the series, mostly. It's because I already reviewed this episode. I mean, there's a reason they call it Man Up 2 Still Manning. It's because it's the same as Man Up, episode 6. Okay. Well, maybe there's a few differences I could go over. The first difference is the setting. While the original mostly took place in a hippie fair, this one takes place mostly at a lake and Man-Boy's lawn? Which is worse. Definitely worse. Okay, granted. It's at least unique for the Powerpuff Girls in that there's absolutely nothing interesting about the setting. I mean, it's just a lake and a dude's lawn. I'm pretty sure the show gets more out of being in a fucking school setting. There's more cool stuff and unique stuff going on in a school setting than what's going on here. Granted, it's not like the episode lacks enemy design when we're at the climax, but damn, the first episode did that too. So I'd say that's more of a case of having a lot to work with when it comes to Man-Boy's minions. I did like the gags with the British guys, but that didn't really add much to the episode other than just being, something to enjoy in this episode. It didn't add to the plot, for sure. Actually, let's go over the plot real quick. So Buttercup is being a dick, Man-Boy shows up, Buttercup realizes what she needed to do thanks to a talking inanimate object, and then kicks Man-Boy's ass. The real difference is that Buttercup isn't really overly angry in this episode, she's just, selfish. I mean, I would say that there was actually more learned in this episode, but it was already learned in Strong Armed! The one thing that wasn't in the episode this was a direct sequel to was also lifted from another episode. I mean, the ending is better executed here than in Strong Armed, but the journey really does matter. And I think it's such a shame that they have a good villain in Man-Boy. They really do. And they're kind of wasting him by just recycling the same plot with him. This is a filler episode if I've ever seen one. Shortest review ever.